All right, sorry for that delay. If anybody was waiting on me, hit a little traffic on the Hutchinson River Parkway. I'm sure if anybody's ever been through this neck of the woods, they can relate to that. But I hope everybody watched my Shane Bieber breakdown from last night. He was really the main takeaway for me from the pennant race last night. He looked amazing. He really, really did. Command, control, sequencing, one pitch adjustments. The stuff was better. It looks like it might be a kick change that he's added instead of the old four seam change he threw, or either that or he figured out how to seam shift it. But his stuff looks better. Command's still the same, so it's the same dude. So let's get off and running. So we head over to the main screen today. This is Saturday, August 23rd. We got a game coming up at 1. It's Crochet versus the Yankees. So that will be really fun. But let's get into the standings real quick before we hit these two debuts. Blue Jays still 5 up on the Red Sox, who have now won the first 2 versus the Yankees, so they jump over the Yankees. They've been flip-flopping for the last couple of weeks. Detroit 10.5 up on Kansas City. Houston 2 up on Seattle, who both those teams won last night. Philly lost, Mets won, so that's back to 6. On the NL East, NL Central, Milwaukee and the Cubs both win, so it's still a 7-game lead for Milwaukee. They have now officially finished the season at 500 or better with 81 wins. Dodgers and Padres are tied. Padres won 4 in a row, including beating the Dodgers last night in a great game. 2-1, Blake Snell and Yu Darvish with a great showdown. Darvish outduels them. Padre bullpen does what they do, so they take the lead. And they end up tied up in the division in the wild card. Now it's a 3-game lead of the Mariners over the Royals. And in the National League, it's Mets 1.5 over Cincinnati as they lost last night. So that is where we are at. Let me see if I can get us going here. Because today's 2 people that we really want to look at. And I'm going to just do them one at a time. Because I haven't loaded anything. I still got all my Shane Bieber stuff up. First one we're going to check out is a pitcher, Mr. Bubba Chandler. Now, that's a hell of a baseball name. Bubba Chandler. This guy's got a big heater. Lot of confidence. I joked a little bit, and I thought it was funny that he told Paul Skeens, enjoy your last opening day start. Before if we have time, I'll go for McLean again. Yeah, he looked great last night. I noticed something else new about him, so I'll point that out really quick. But we got to watch these debuts. These will not take long. They're pretty brief. Bubba Chandler. I just want to see his minor league stats so we can go over it real quick because he was doing the thing early on and he started struggling a little bit in AAA. He's already had 100 innings this year with a 4.14. Does have 121 strikeouts in 100 innings for a 10.9 strikeouts per 9. That's kind of been the calling card for him in his minor league career, as you can see. 11.1 strikeouts per 9 in the minors, but 4.2 walks. So hard to hit, a little bit of a command issue. Throws the crap out of the ball. He was a 3rd-round pick out of a high school in Georgia. You got to be from the South with the name Bubba, so not surprising there. But so here he is in the big leagues, 22 years old. He piggybacked in the game last night where the Pirates played the Rock Show. So let's just go right over to that and let's just watch Bubba Chandler versus the Rockies. Rockies and Pirates. We'll skip right ahead to Chandler. He threw 4 innings last night. All right, let's watch it. Let's see what we think. First pitch in the big leagues is a 99-mile-an-hour fastball for a foul ball. Pitch 2, 98 with a little pull side ball and going to triple up on the heater. Garcia beats him to the spot, almost takes him deep off the very top of the wall. 104 at 22. So he comes in saying, I'm going to establish my presence with authority with 3 fastballs and my sick lettuce at the back of my hat with the mustache. But Arcia turns it around. Now let's see what the shape here is. 17.9, so that's an above average, about 18 on the vert. 6.6 inches of extension, so a little bit above average, nothing crazy. Yeah, hell of a stash. All right, so Good fastball, but not crazy vert. Obviously, good fastball, he throws hard. So that's the first batter. Got turned around pretty damn quick. So let's see how he gets out of that. Brian Ritter, curveball. Not very much break on this curveball. That's a slider for me with that shape. Ball one. Now here's the slider. 89. I've heard that this is kind of a true bullet, so we'll take a peek at how this slider plays. Doesn't look like it's doing a whole lot. Kind of just gyring in there. And here's going to be 100 miles an hour. So this is the first career strikeout. 100 mile an hour cheese. Very nice. All right, Tyler Freeman. Family's loving it. Great moment. Curveball. And I say that curveball. I mean, negative 1.7, negative 1.2. This is not a, this is a very, I don't know what to make of this. I don't know what to make of that. Okay, call the curveball. I don't know if that is, though. All right, back to the fastball. Looks like he's going to throw a lot of fastballs and sliders, mostly, would be my guess. Especially with the velo he has. He's going to try to live off that for a bit. 98 middle, gets a ground out. So there's the second out. He gets up a double, then a strikeout and a ground out. Doesn't look like there's any attempt to do any pitching yet. Mostly just rearing back and chucking it. But you can do that at the beginning. Oh, here's the first look at the changeup. All right, not bad off of his fastball. 91. I don't see much to this pitch, though. I guess he was out front, though. Got him out front. Here comes a 99. Middle, but late on it. And now he's going to go to 101, basically.
Bubba Chandler. He got him 100. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, fired up. Little fired up. I'm going to read the lips here. I can tell you exactly what he's saying. So he goes 100.4 up top.
From Bubba Chandler.
Punches way out with the high heater. So it looks like he goes, motherfucker, come on. He said it. I'm just saying what he said. All right, so that's his first inning. Obviously, you can see the explosive heater. That's what he's known for. And you can see the little bit of fire that he pitches with. All right, let's watch him versus Tovar. First pitch, curveball. Drops it in there. That's nice. Getting ahead. Four seams now dropped down to about 96-ish here. See if he just works only up in the zone or what. Little slider. Kind of late on it. Grounds it away. All right, in the chat, take us back to your MLB. How did you feel? How did your teammates treat you? I mean, it's a little different back then. I wouldn't have told Adam Wainwright, you know, enjoy, or Chris Carpenter, enjoy your last time starting opening day. I didn't have the balls to do that, but they were nice to me. They were all good to me. They all mentored me, but it was a different time. It's not quite the way it is now. Veterans were tough to approach. The culture was very much. You're not on the inside until we say you are, and I never really got there with the Cardinals. Truthfully, I only pitched like 5 games, but I do remember my debut was against the Cubs. I started the game as Bubba gets a little fly out here on a 2-0 slider. It kind of does nothing, but a great play out here by Luis Sawinski. Pitched okay, had too many walks, but it was a big moment for me. I started the game versus the Cubs, Cardinals-Cubs. I just remember Albert Pujols told me that I did a good job. You know, you did a good job, bro. And I said, I know, but I walked too many guys. Oh, you know, but they weren't hitting you, bro. And so that made me feel good. You know, good enough for Pujols, good enough for me. He's going to get a first pitch out here on a slider. And then I pitched pretty good my second game against the Brewers. Bullpen ended up blowing it. Stupid-ass relievers. And so I didn't get my first career win there. And then I got creamed in my third career start versus the Diamondbacks, and then I never started another game. So that was me. I just remember my debut was just an emotional experience. It's more like a thing for your family, and just like, you know, getting there felt really big. You know, it's almost one of those games, like, of course you want it to go great, but you almost don't care, because it's just like, you made it, hits him in the boob. He just really overcooks this ball. All right, so a leadoff hit by pitch in the 8th. But I don't know. I think the culture is a little different overall. Luckily, I had some young guys that I knew. I remember Colby Rasmus telling me, "Hey, bro, don't listen to anything these people tell you." And that cracked me up right away, right when I got there. I was like, "Oh, okay." So don't be coachable. That's the tip. Anyway, up and away. But then after that, I mean, I was only there like 2 more relief outings. Got crushed there. Got into an injury controversy with the Cardinals. Ended up headed to the Rockies. You know, and then the rest is history. Kind of felt like I got my feet wet for real with the Rockies. It's going to be a double play. Wow, that worked out nice. So changeup. This is a good changeup. This one's got 1.3 vert. If he can throw more of these, that would be nice. The fastball is obviously explosive. The slider, kind of lacking movement. Curveball's a weird pitch too. So we're going to have to wait and see on the breaking balls and how they play. But the fastball changeup, that might be able to play. All right, Arcia. So the same guy who faced first, who hit the double. Goes right at him. Huge hack. Fouls it off. As you can see. Slider up. Now comes the curveball. This one's got a little better shape to it. Almost gets clipped again by Arcia. As he hangs that one. And then he's got to get him on a changeup. All right. Beautiful pitch. The down-in spot. We've talked about that a lot. The right-on-right. You know, Arcia hadn't seen a changeup yet. He only seen fastballs and breaking balls. So this ball looks like it's going to be like right in here. And he's reading fastball out of the hand. And then it just drops down and in to an unhittable spot. So the changeup's looking like a nice pitch. And it always is when you have 100 to get the batter outgoing, you know, looking to, you know, hunt down that 100. Changeup's going to play up. So he went out there for the ninth. This is going to be a save. First career save is going to come in his first career game. Granted, it's 9 innings, but if you throw 3 innings to end the game, you get a save. So pretty cool. Good approach there. Just fastball down the middle. Takes them the other way. Now Tyler Freeman. So the walk issues haven't come up too much yet. I mean, he hit a guy, and you can tell that they're basically doing the Tampa Bay Rays approach with him. Let's just set up down the middle until 2 strikes. And even then, pretty much down the middle. And we're just going to let our pitches rip. Ooh, almost gets clipped here. T-Fam's out there. He's got him covered. 100.4 at 44, so just hit it too high.
For the Rockies.
I can't see the bottom chat. It's so weird. He doesn't get the win. The win went to the starter. Let me see this again. He just missed this ball, huh? So even though it's 99 in it, it's not really like chewing him up that much. Fastball's playing
Chandler for a second
good,
time.
but not 99 good yet. I think it's playing a little down from there, truthfully.
The first time.
Change up. I like it. Now he's going to go fastball, probably up with it, off those 2 down changeups. He goes down, ends up giving up pretty decent contact there. So it's a mistake, classic rookie mistake, overcooking, trying to do too much there. Ends up pulling the ball down, and then he'll finish this game with this outing versus Bernabel. So even though, like I said, it's the Rockies on the road. There's certain factors here that have led to this being, you know, a great game for Bubba. A couple lucky balls at people, but at the end of the day, 4 innings, no runs in your debut, and a save is impressive any way you put it. 100 miles an hour a few times, showed really good velocity. So that's the first look at Bubba Chandler. Let's check out the delivery because he's known to throw hard. So let's see what we're working with from the side here. Very high leg kick as he begins his drift. I think he's a very glute-dominated pitcher, I would guess. It's a little bit of a rock and roll, high glove side. But he does get the hips level here, so they start to snap open. Huge stretch, so huge hips-shoulder separation. Scap retraction, way pulled back on the arm. So that's nice. And then an extremely good front leg if you want to throw hard. This lead leg. And a nice recoil on the arm, which we now know is a good thing. Here it is again in full speed. And there's Bubba Chandler. We can quickly go back and look at his breakdown from the outing. Player breakdowns, reset options, so he'll be at the bottom. All right, so he threw 21 heaters. He averaged 98.4. He threw 9 sliders, 5 changeups, 5 curveballs. For the whiffs, he got 3 whiffs on 5 changeup swings. So that's why I like the changeup right away. I just think it's going to play when you're throwing this many fastballs and they're hard like he throws them. The fastball shape, 17 vert, 9 horizontal, so above average. But not crazy outlier. Curveball shape's extremely weird. -2 average. I don't know. It's kind of like a bullet slider. And then the actual bullet slider is just a little bit raised up and a little tighter than that. So spin rate, very good on the 4-seam. So that's going to help him a little bit. I thought the extension was mid. So anyway, great velocity. We're gonna watch this kid develop and see how he does. Obviously, they're setting up down the middle and they're letting it fly. So that's my initial read on Bubba Chandler. I don't really have much more than that. Second guy we're gonna go for is this dude Carson Williams, who got called up yesterday, the shortstop #1 prospect for the Rays. And we'll go look at him. Because I believe this guy, I saw some quotes from some of his minor league teammates that were really getting me excited about this guy. Drafted in the first round, 28th overall of the 21 amateur draft from Torrey Pines High School, San Diego, California. So this kid grew up in a very nice neck of the woods. Torrey Pines High School, that's funny to me. Beautiful. La Jolla, California. Outstanding place to be. Okay, so let's see how he did in the minor leagues, particularly this season that got him called up. So this year, he only had a 765 as a 22-year-old, 765 OPS as a 22-year-old in AAA, and he was hitting .213, so that's a little bit concerning. Did have 23 homers and 22 steals, so from a tool standpoint, that's nice. And the previous year, he had an 821 in AA as a 21-year-old. All told, it looks like there's some power here, there's some speed here. Wonder if we have any other metrics. Nothing yet on the speed or anything. So you know what? He's got 4 at-bats. Let's watch him. It was the Rays and the Cardinals. Let's just get right into that. St. Louis Cardinals, Tampa Bay Rays. And we're looking for our guy, Williams. All right, first career at-bat facing Mr. Miles Michaelis. So hitting from the right side, he's a righty-righty. Looks like we got a little bit of an open stance setup. Pretty,
Michaelis makes the delivery.
Taking all the way, first pitch. All right, slider. Good take there. So he closes up a little bit, but doesn't look like all the way back. It's almost like he wants to swing it and then rotate open. Gets beat here with a really nice sinker by Miles.
And miss. I'm sure that's something that's
going to
improve with time.
Triggers, but doesn't chase. And they're going to go for the backdoor sinker off of that. He actually swings at it, which is a good job. Looks pretty speedy to me. Forces the error, so reaches on an error. It's not going to be the first career hit. That's going to be an error. But a good job to swing at this pitch. This is a very, very nice freeze attempt by Michaelis. Chops it, gets it going. Also, I love these Rays City Connects. These are one of my favorite City Connects. Are these Rays City Connects? All right, second at bat, same pitcher, Michaelis.
Tristan Gray home run. Now he bats. 1 out, 2 mid on, and both runners are breaking.
Slider down the way, ball 1. Even though it was a good pitch. Now they're gonna go curveball. Nasty curveball. A lot of nodding going on. A lot of like, oh, I see you. Sinker, they're going to try to go in here. Infield in. Beneficiary of the infield in. Hits it to a great fielder who doesn't make the play, surprisingly. But he pulled his hands in nicely here. This pitch is in a tough spot for you to get out in front of it, so.
Ground ball, and that's going to be off the glove.
I've already hit that. 89-6. Okay. Third at bat versus Veneziano, a lefty.
Picked up subsequent to that slow start.
Change up away ball. Sinker down. Three-0 count.
I mean, he attacks the baseball. Those are the reports that we have heard.
Fastball away.
And he'll continue to refine that swing here in the big leagues.
Sinker
Right
away,
there.
swing through, and then they're going to go back to the 4 again. He just gets frozen. So, great job by Veneziano coming back from 3-0. And now he's going to get his first career dinger off of Fernandez here, Ryan Fernandez. So let's see how that goes. Right now, 7-6. This is a big moment in the game. They need insurance here. Slider down. Slider down, so really good discipline on that slider. And a pickoff attempt, and he's going to get himself a 2-0 heater. Oh, he does not miss it. 105-ish, 29, dead center. First career homer. Dad's fired up, mom's fired up, uncle whoever's fired up. Oh, he almost forgot to salute the bullpen. A lot of little things that you got to remember when you get called up. All the different stuff that matters to the boys. All right, let's watch it from the front one more time, and then we'll watch the swing from the side. Yeah, he balled the hell out of that. That was nice. Look at the feet, though. He does the move where he keeps them open so he can get the hip square. I mean, he's almost facing completely forward when he makes contact with this. So a little bit of an odd move there. All right, let's see it from the side. Very good job getting his hips open. Haven't seen anything that shows me yet that he's willing to go the other way. He's been kind of in a pull-happy mode, but this ball's nuked to dead center. This is a nice swing. It's also a cookie, 2-0 middle. You know, after you can ignore those sliders, and this pitch was only, what, 92? 91.5 with nothing on it. So, takes advantage of a bad pitch, does what you're supposed to do with it. Smacks that thing. Also, he's known for his defense. That's great. Don't know if I'll be able to find anything awesome on defense. I guess maybe Hauser. We need something. We need a ground out to shortstop. All right, here's one. Let's watch him play a little defense if we can. My guy, Adrian Hauser on the mound, ground ball specialist.
Chopper deep short.
Deep in the hole.
That's Carson Williams, and he throws
Very
it
comfortable
strike
looking
to
play there. Here's another one.
He's the one who makes me cry. he's always the first one
Gotta
to cry.
come get it. Oh, very comfortable. Good internal clock. You can already see no panic in his game. Looking very fields this ball like he knows how much time he's got. So a nice play there. Another ground out here.
Yeah,
Sajisi.
certainly arriving here. All right, he's due up next half. Do we have
Cam Dove's got to come get it.
Play here?
Again, knew his clock. This time the throw was a little off, but nice play. So he's made 3 plays there. See if there's any more. Yep, real Pozo. Ground out to Carson Williams here. Hauser just pounding these dudes in with sinkers. That's going to get a lot of shortstop grounders. Good rhythm, good rhythm. Looking very comfortable and confident, I would say, at short. There's another one. Another sinker in from Big House. Plays the tough hop. Easy little flip. It's good fundamentals. So he's made 5 plays already in this game. Here's another one. Probably another sinker in. Yep. You can see this. You're learning a little bit about pitching through these highlights too. Ooh, interesting play there. Ends up going to second, skips it in. All these sinkers in are getting these ground balls to the left side. All right, so let's see what happens here. Fields it. One hops it. Not the best throw in the world, but stayed under control. Gave his second baseman a chance. And I think that's the last play. I actually want to see if we can't watch this play from the high home, just to see the type of jump he gets. Got to give credit to the second baseman there. Nice pick. All right, so that's it for Carson Williams. We'll keep more of an eye on him, see how the hitting progresses, see if we can get some read on his speed, how the defense grades out. But yeah, home run, first career at bat, first career game, I should say. Dead center, it's a nice job. Played a pretty good shortstop. Exciting when big guys come up. This is their number one prospect, and the Rays always have good prospects. So if you're the number one Rays prospect, you're probably worth paying attention to. So it does seem like there's been a lot of young guy stuff lately. Samuel Basayo, Beavers from the Orioles have recently gotten called up, and now Carson Williams, Bubba Chandler. So probably a lot of debuts to break down in the next week or two as teams start to bring up their guys in the time frame where it doesn't hurt them at all. In terms of like their clocks and free agency and arbitration and all that, but also they might catch lightning in a bottle and help them in a playoff race, bring up the premier talents. That's a good idea. All right, so now we want to look quickly at Nolan McLean. I have so much stuff written down, but I don't have a lot of time today. But I do want to show something that I saw from Nolan last night because the camera angle was great. If you go Mets and Braves, you can actually get more of a sense of why Nolan McLean is so effective. We'll go with Matt Olson.
But adversity.
Let's at bat. So first thing I just want to see is look where McLean is on the rubber, all the way over on the right side of the rubber. And this is a choice for every pitcher. And I can do a full breakdown on this one day, like why guys go all the way right or all the way left or middle, what they're trying to accomplish. But what it does for him, he steps a little bit, like not much across the body, just a tidbit, but the hand, look where the hand is. So now everything that comes back to the plate has to have this angle on it, whether it's a fastball, breaking ball, or whatever. And I think this actually is going to really help hide the shape of the curveball, hide the shape of the sweeper, since even the fastball's got to go that way anyway to get back to the plate. So you can see that sweeper starts from way over here. Like it's literally coming out even with the T and the S in Truist Park. And then it just goes hard left. So let's watch him punch out some dudes. Here's a curveball, another ridiculous spin on the curveball. 34-24. And this is the camera angle that we didn't get at Citi Field last time, but it really shows you the amount of horizontal break that he's getting on these pitches. And a lot of it is also because of where he stands. So he's able to really fling this thing across the entire strike zone. And he ties up, just a great player. And he's also going to get Michael Harris. Let's see what he gets him on changeup. Wow, negative 7.7 on this changeup. Not a good pitch, but gets him there. Just looking for strikeouts. He did get clipped on a homer by Ronald. Here's the homer.
Known for developing players yet. This ball is punished by
that's just you're facing one of the best hitters in the world, and he probably saw a sweeper earlier, and he said it's got to pop at me. This ball pops at him, and he's just perfectly on time for it. So sometimes you just get beat by an unbelievable player. All right, another punchy of Matt Olson. This one's on a cutter.
And I love that we came to the ballpark early and saw them still working as if they're going to have
Cutter at the top of the zone. Really good pitch. And his cutter's got some speed to it. 91.5. Very nice. Now he's going to get Acuna this time. Looks like he's going to do it with fastball. 97.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss, strike 3.
97 in, and he likes it. He wanted this competition. This is how he closes out the 6th.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
So only him and Peterson have really gone anywhere beyond 5 innings for the Mets in the last 2 months. I like it. Competitor. Look at this dude. Now he's going to get Ozuna.
How do you handle adversity? He gets right back on the mound and continues to pound the
But I do think the angle at which he is on the rubber is going to allow his arsenal to play the best. Like I said, every single thing he's going to throw is going to have, like this is a fastball, but you see the line at which it takes to the plate. It goes literally like this direction. So that's a fastball. The slider is going to start that direction, and then it's just going to deviate that way, and the curveball is going to deviate that way. So that's what he's working with in terms of tunneling. And I think it's a smart choice by him and the Mets to put him on that side of the rubber because he doesn't have a ton of arm side movement going the other way, so he doesn't need more plate to work with. I'll just do blue for arm side pitches. Because his arm's already over here, it's going to be really hard for him to create any type of effective movement in here. Especially when the ball's already started in, right? And he's going to have a really hard time with the backdoors as well. This angle just makes it tricky. But he's so good going left to right, right to left, that, that's the idea. Just everything left, to varying degrees. Okay. Gotta reopen this. You know what, though? That's it for McLean anyway. We saw it. But let's go to his pitch breakdown. I'm curious what he showed yesterday in terms of pitches. So he went 29 sinkers, 20 sweepers, 14 fours, 14 curves, 8 cutters, 8 changeups. So kitchen sink, which I love right away. It's very different style than what we just saw from Bubba Chandler. Bubba Chandler's just setting up down the middle and throwing. This guy's pitching. He's got much better breaking stuff. So I'm high on him already right away. This guy, I know he's older and a different type of prospect, but I'm excited for Nolan McLean a lot. And if you look at the spin rates, I mean, he's still averaging 33-16 on his curveball, which is otherworldly, 29-14 on the sweeper. And this is with a very sweaty Atlanta, so things are going to be pulled down a little bit. As you can see, his spin rate is a little down from the first game. But that's just sweaty Atlanta. The movements were all consistent everywhere. In terms of whiffs, he did a great job here. The curveball, 2 whiffs on 5 swings. Cutter, 2 whiffs on 6 swings. And the 4-seam, because he used it very sparingly, only 15 times and mostly up in the zone, he got 8 swings and 5 whiffs. So we're really loving the way that Nolan McLean has started off this year. All right, I'm going to head over to the chat because I have about 10 minutes left before I got to go put my kid down for a nap and watch my other kids and do dad stuff. And then hopefully get ready for this Yankees game, Yankees-Red Sox. What is your take on some of these rookies' extensions? I mean, these are all good for the team with these, especially Roman and Basayo. Those guys are slam dunk good players. They're not slam dunk superstars. They both have every ability to be superstars, and that's the upside here. Like then you end up paying them way less, and it's all in their young years. And then for the player, you know, you get certainty right now, and then you're still going to be a free agent right around 29, 30 in both of these cases. So the big bag is still out there waiting for you, but you have all this certainty now. Like you're a rookie, you're a couple games in, and you know you have millions and millions of dollars coming to you. I am a little surprised that some of these guys took the money. If they had Scott Boras as their agent, they wouldn't. But these teams also know which guys are vulnerable to this, and a lot of the way that they treat their young superstars when they get called up they try to intoxicate these families with their organization and everything before offering them big money, and it's hard to turn down. I know with Roman Anthony, they put his family in the suite right next to the dugout. You know, they're throwing out first pitches or some stuff like that. They're like totally celebrated. They probably put them in the best hotel suite in Boston and all sorts of stuff like that. You know, Christian Campbell, the way they buttered him up all spring. So the Red Sox, they knew what they were doing, and I'm sure the Orioles knew what they were doing too. Also, you can usually strike a little bit hot, you know, with a player that comes from less money. Now, most even American players come from very little to make it to the big leagues, but especially Latino players, right? Like, you know, $20 million is like generation-changing money in the Dominican. And so it's very hard to turn that money down. And when they dangle that early to a guy like Basayo, I know he got more than that because he's like a super duper star prospect, but it's pretty hard to turn that down. You just transformed your entire bloodline. So that's what I think about that. All right, another question. From what you've seen, do you think McLean has ace potential? It's still early. It's still early to tell. But it's all because aces are consistent. Like his ceiling's high. I'll tell you that. But he's already in the mode of not really throwing his 4-seam fastball. It's kind of a complimentary pitch. He dominates with spin. So you have to look at other guys who pitch this way. And are there any aces like this? And there are some. Lance McCullers, when he was acing, this was kind of his style. There's a lot of kitchen sink pitchers now, so he can do it. Comes down to command and consistency and know-how. And also this is the first time through the league, so he's got a huge advantage. But I'm not going to put a ceiling on the kid. The kid's got awesome stuff. And he looks like a hell of a competitor right away. He's got really good pitching minds around him, and Jeremy Hefner and the rest of the Mets brass, they really know their stuff when it comes to pitching. So good for him, man. He's in a good spot, good pitcher's park, great organization with a history of homegrown aces. So maybe he can be the next one, but I guess we're going to have to find out. All right, let's go back. There's like 50 other things I could have looked at today, but realistically, it's just running out of time. So I hope people enjoyed that Bieber video last night because that was one of the funnest things I've done since we started this program. and he was so good. All right, here's the here's the showdowns today, and this is the first one. This is the one I've been excited for. Crochet, Will Warren. Two very different guys in terms of where they're at in this moment, but Will Warren's nasty. A lot of strikeouts, and Crochet's been ungodly this year. And this is a chance to step on the Yankees and guarantee a win of this series and to be ahead of them in the standings when they leave the Bronx. So the big ace for a big lefty ace for the Red Sox is going out there. Crochet, he shoved it up the Yankees' behinds early in the year. So we'll see how it goes in round 2, day game, Yankee Stadium. And I was thinking about it watching the game a little bit last night. The new Yankee Stadium it's just not intimidating. The old one a lot more intimidating. And I think that works against the Yankees a little bit. Like, the crowd just can't become quite the same factor. Now, it's a little different in the playoffs when they're more juiced up. But a regular season Yankee crowd, even versus the Red Sox, hostile, but not really. You don't feel it as an opposing player. It's pretty comfy, actually. So I think this might have something to do with how good the Red Sox have been in New York lately. All right, Barrios and Junk, Toronto and the Marlins. Toronto looking to roll on. Mitchell, Parker, Aaron Nola. Nola looking to get on track. That would be huge for the Phillies. They can get him figured out. Waka and Paddock, Royals, Tigers. Royals trying to stay in this thing. Freeland and Burrows as the Rockies play the Pirates. Christian Javier, Dean Kramer. Astros at Orioles. Logan Allen at Jack Leiter. Guardians at Rangers. Minnesota Twins at Chicago White Sox. Mick Abel, Davis Martin. And Logan Webb, Freddie Peralta. This is an excellent matchup from Milwaukee. 2 aces there. Clay Holmes, Cal Quantrill just acquired by the Braves. So that'll be interesting to see how he goes against the Mets and how Clay holds up. How he continues to hold up or not hold up. So this will be an interesting one. Mets need to take advantage of a bad Braves team. Is the way I'm looking at that series. Reds and Diamondbacks, huge games coming up for the Reds, including tonight. They send Abbott out there. They send a good starter every day. They just can't really hit. So that's their issue. But they're facing Nabil Krizmat, all changeups. You should be able to do something off him, but we'll see. And then I got a fun matchup tonight in San Diego. Glasnow and Nasty Nestor. 2 dudes I know well, 2 good dudes. One's a giant righty and one's a tiny lefty, so it's kind of funny. Cubs and Angels, Cade Horton, who's been fantastic in the second half, and Victor Medeiros. And it finishes up with Jeffrey Springs and George Kirby as the Mariners look to dominate at home and catch up to those Astros. All right, is there anything else in the chat? Yeah, you feel it in Fenway. I agree. Fenway is the tougher place to play at the moment compared to Yankee Stadium. I mean, I mean, look, I love the Yankees. This isn't a shot at the Yankees. I love the Yankees. But I played on the Red Sox, the team that the Yankee fans hate. And I was coming off getting traded from the Yankees to the Red Sox. And I pitched in those games. And you would think that I would have been intimidated or that the fans would have been able to get to me. But they just weren't. Like, you're in like a glass box out there in the bullpen. And when you warm up, you're kind of tucked away. And there's like 1 or 2 people that can heckle you. And if anything, it just fires you up. Yeah, you get booed on the way in. But once you hit the dirt, it just feels like the stadium, like the stands are pushed back and they're just not a factor. The old stadium would hang over you. And you could get beer thrown on you probably from the mound, the way that old stadium used to shake and get on top of you. So going to games growing up at the old Yankee Stadium, it felt like a huge advantage. That's one of those things as well. All right, one more question here before I go. Let's see what we got here. Do you think teams are anticipating the cap and pressuring players into these long-term low-value deals? Can't really anticipate the cap, and I actually don't think the cap will get pushed across this CBA. I think the league has more to lose than the players in this next negotiation because of this TV deal and stuff like that. And the baseball has momentum. You can't shut the sport down. I think the next CBA, it might be Armageddon because they're going to maybe eventually put their foot down and try to jam the cap through. So economics could change, but can't worry about that now. I think more it's just they pick the right guys to dangle the money in front of people that they know will take it and, are worthy of it. And, in some of these cases, they've been right and they've gone for it, but not in all of them. Like a lot of guys don't sign. Juan Soto never signed, and that obviously benefited him in the long run. All right. Well, great chat today. Thanks, you guys. Sorry I was a little late getting here today, but we're going to wrap it up early. Please don't forget to watch that Shane Bieber video if you haven't. I think it's a good one. It's worth watching, and I do think that him being there shifts the power balance a little bit in the AL East. So that's it for today. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy Saturday. I'll be back tomorrow on Sunday for another episode. And another live stream. So have a good one. Adios.